This real-side experience was along similar lines as I have shared before, in that it was depicting the very end of this simulator as we know it, that as the consciousness becomes so compacted, the unawareness and unconsciousness so great, that what with the simulator being the consciousness overall affected, so a simulator implosion always is inevitable after it has passed through its various stages of degradation, the epochs, etc. It was as though the simulator and everything of it, its various dimensional levels, etc., had descended into utter chaos, as though what it had become was impossible to process as anything other than a visual mess, not dissimilar to a computer game becoming overly glitchy or bugged, and then being rendered graphically on the screen into that which is nonsensical. Amidst all this distortion would be again what I have described before, that of a mutation of body form, that an expression of a form establishing itself at this time throughout creation on the real side comprises of that which operates almost as a kind of collective that assimilates other body types, which then have only a vague resemblance of the form they once were, and this mutated expression of a form and means of multiplying have I seen on the real side with certain variations, but with the theme being consistent. Everything from a huge blob-like organism that assimilates other body types, but that can detach and deploy parts of itself to secure other targets, to a growing army of independent, though still of a hive mind-like mentality, mutants, which are led by a form of mutant royalty. And as this mutated expression of a form would spread in conjunction with the simulator death spiral, so what was visually presented would be a mess of mutation and distortion, and then would come a moment where a blinding light would fill my view, and it was as though, as I have described before with the death of the simulator, that everything compacted to one single point, and there would be standing around a glowing ball of light, which seemed to be all that remained of the simulator, 5 beings, as though the only beings left standing in creation, after all the other body types and all the ideas that make up creation are compacted and eradicated, the awareness animating through it all now back with the ears, although if recognition of the ears is lacking, so would the real awareness U-tuners have to re-establish creational positioning in another simulator, etc. And as the simulator winked out of existence, my view was that of simply blackness, but then it's as though another simulator was created, and there would be the very 5 beings, the last remaining of the simulator that had imploded, now operating in the new simulator. If they were conscious of it or not, they carried within them a complete database of everything that had transpired in the previous simulator, this simulator we currently are in now imploded, as a simulator is the effect of the ideas that a particular overall consciousness comprises of. Technically then, any overall consciousness wouldn't have files, ideas that pertain to other previously destroyed simulators in their construct, and yet these 5 individuals would carry this, almost as though at some point this past simulator information was intended to be unlocked and utilized for some reason or other. These may perhaps have been individuals operating in the new simulator who had a recognition of the ears, and so could access the universal files of everything, including simulators that have come and gone. But either way, this seemed to be the situation and view. I don't recall the appearances of all 5, except for 2. One would be a white, middle-aged man. Another would be a black lady in a wheelchair, as her legs seemed somewhat malformed.
Okay, Kevin, you've been very busy again. Yes, thank you so much. That's terrific. Thank you. Hopefully everybody's listening to what's going on. Yes, thank you.